Hello everyone. So today this question on the community actually is very interesting and I thought I'll probably talk about it. Now this question is something that I'm sure many people want to know the answer of this question because when you're dealing with agile boards, scrum based boards, you of course are trying to in a way follow scrum, agile in general, like you're trying to follow these sprints and ensuring that you're tracking the progress of your work that you plan. Now, when you have, of course, these configurations in the board, you want to monitor the burn down chart, especially burn down chart, because burn down chart will give you the current state of the overall health of your sprint, whether you're going to finish your stories on time or not as per the plan. And you have of course time if you are monitoring it every day. Like let us say after 1 week you realize that something is blocking, then you can take some action. Now the problem is, this is where people can get confused, and this is the question from Paul. Now in this case there is this could be I believe the case for you as well. Let us say you have your own custom status called ready for release. It is not really done, it is something like ready for release. Now for your own calculations and reporting, maybe you want to burn the story points when you move the issue from let us say in progress or whatever status to this particular status. Now you can of course configure this in your column in your board configuration. You can obviously have your own custom status mapped to one of those columns. Now if you want, whenever the issue is moved to this particular status or any custom status making a transition, if you want to ensure that the story points are burned, what you need to do, you need to make sure that particular status is part of the rightmost column, number one. Number two, also as a good practice, make sure that your status category is done. So ready for release status category should be done so that it reflects properly elsewhere. And also you may also want to resolve the issue using the resolution field. So let me show you. So if this is my board and if I create a new story, so I'll probably create a new story with some story points. So let me fill up something junk here. Okay, demo story and create. And when you create a new story, you can of course see here that this is added in the sprint. I mean, not really a running sprint, but what I actually want to do is I want to update the estimates for this particular story. So this particular story, if I click on this, I want to basically ensure that the story point is filled in. So I can show you how it looks like. So this is, let us say 4. And what I will do is I will move it to the sprint. So the moment you move it to a sprint, your burn down chart will reflect and it will show you that yes, there is something added to the sprint. And if you go to the active sprint, you can see that particular story listed here. And by the way, right now I have configured one status called resolved, which is actually part of my in progress column. So if I try to hover or basically drag this story to resolve, let us see what happens. So yes, it is now moved to resolved. Now if I go back to my reports and if I now take a look at my burn down chart, let us see if the story point was burned. And you can see this if you hover your mouse at the very bottom. You have of course these options here, increment and decrement, and whenever you are burning something, it will be actually ideally this should go to 0, best case scenario, but you can see here that 4 was added, but this one, last one, it was added, but there is no burning happening here. So let us fix it. So you can actually go to the board settings, and then you can basically ensure that the resolved is moved to the done. And if you of course now take a look at the reports, let us see if we need to make a transition again, and let us see how it works. So as you can see, this now is showing that yes, this was indeed the scope is now showing you that it was, of course, changed, but you have also burned something. So this is the thing that you have to do, and we can of course test it one more time with one more story, because we want to ensure that we are doing the right thing. And let me just go back to the backlog and try to create one more story with some story points. Let us do it here in the non-running sprint, and then I will move it. Okay, new story, and I will create it because I'm doing it using a pop-up transition screen because a couple of fields are mandatory. So this is my, it's not really a story, come on. Let us do it one more time, and let us select the story, demo 2, blah blah blah, create, and hopefully we can now take a look at it now. So let us click on this demo story, not this one, demo, and I will go to the story points. Let us say 5, right? Now I will go back to my active, not yet, I forgot to add it to the sprint. So let us do that. Let us move it to the sprint. I'll drag it and drop it to the sprint. Now we are good. And if I go back to the active sprint, if I now show you how to burn the story point, I can do that by dragging the issue. So this is my story demo 2. I'll then move it to resolved. So basically this should be the rightmost column. The status should be mapped to the rightmost column. And we can now take a look at the report, and then we can take a look at the burned on chart. That is where we'll see this interesting thing about the burning of the story points. So if you scroll down at the very bottom, of course, you added 5 and then you removed 5. You basically burned these stories. And that is it. That is all I wanted to show you today in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.